It's GG No Re. We're back after a long time. Who knows when you're going to get this episode, though? Maybe it'll be 2 weeks from now. Probably so. We are going to talk about not an RPG, although we may transfer into talking about RPG-like applications for this game, which I think could be interesting. But what we're here to talk about tonight is Sekiro.
You might call this the GG no Sekiro.
You might. You might.
Probably not.
Hey,
GG, no listen.
thank you. Thank you, Asa.
Delete this.
Yeah, that's the appropriate thing. All right, guys, never mind. We're just going to cut this episode short and not do it at all. Now, Sekiro is the latest From Software game. As anyone who's listened to the show for any length of time, even 1 second, will know most of us here are fanboys of From Software and their games such as Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Demon Souls. And they recently released a Japanese ninja samurai themed game called Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Kind of going back to their Tenchu roots, right?
Yes, because they used to publish sneaky ninja games, and now they're doing it again. I'm Daniel. I have played over 60 hours of Sekiro and have beat it once and in New Game Plus. So there we go.
I am Tim. I've played about 49 hours of Sekiro, and I am on the last boss, and I'm not sure if I'm going to try beating it.
And there's no messages in this game that people can leave you.
That's really funny.
Yeah, it's totally single player. I can't summon anybody to help me.
I wish there would be a little message on the ground like, don't give up, skeleton. Yeah. Keep you going, but there's not.
So hey, this is Jim. I heard something about implementing a multiplayer where a player would invade the world as a creature. That never happened.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
That was pure speculation.
Didn't happen.
Okay.
Unless it's the best kept secret there in the game. Now, Asa, you haven't played this at all.
Yeah, I'm playing solitaire right now.
And you haven't played any Souls games, have you?
I played, I played Bloodborne, but that's
What do you mean played?
playing currently.
Okay, so you haven't
What,
beaten
really?
it?
No, I haven't put it in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Did you beat the first boss?
Huh? No.
He's like, there's bosses.
Okay, so haven't even beat. Okay, and Stacy, you're a vet of the
I've
Souls
played
games.
100 hours and I'm still on the first level
Roll Tide.
because I hate this game. It's the hardest thing ever in my life.
You haven't really played 100 hours.
And I've been divorced.
because of this game.
Is that appropriation?
So, Stacy, you haven't really played 100 hours.
No, I don't know how many hours I've played. Enough to be very frustrated right now. It's a great game. I just can't get the mechanics down.
Have you really been divorced?
Yes.
Hey.
Sweet. Here's to us.
8 or 9
Here's to
times.
divorce days. Hey, Tim, odd man out.
Sorry.
Just need to grind for that XP.
I am quite the
Don't grind
minority
too
here.
much. Don't grind too much.
So no, it's a great game. The graphics are amazing. The storyline is very cool, and the sword play is really cool as well. But the mechanics are so different from the Souls. And I've beaten all 5 Souls games. I've platinumed 4 of them. So I've got some experience with these Souls type games, but this one has definitely been kicking my behind.
Yep.
It's different.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just because I can't get used to the mechanics. I'm still wanting to play it like Bloodborne or Dark Souls.
It absolutely punishes you for trying to do that.
It really does. It really does. It's just I just platinum most of these things in the past 6 months. So I've put a lot of time playing the Souls games. So I'm still trying. I mean, even my muscle memory is still trying to play it like that. So I think that's partly because I just suck.
So what's the shield like in this game?
It looks like a sword.
There is no shield.
Actually, you can get a shield.
Yeah, you can't. It looks like an umbrella.
Is it like the wooden plank, like in Bloodborne?
No, it's like
No.
it's like magic. It's like a limited use kind of thing.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, it actually is really, really good.
it's pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you unlock it and you learn to use it, there are many encounters where it can just like save you like crazy if you remember to use it. Sometimes I
See,
forget.
it's also about deflecting and attacking, and it's so much about deflecting. And I did not really parry a lot in the other Souls games. I just used a strength build and just pancaked everybody that I could.
So it's basically like Parappa the Rappa?
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
more like
I don't speak.
you
you
and
don't
Jamie
know Paul
Lanning.
Rappa the Rapper?
No.
Oh man.
So this
I still remember some of the music from it.
Sekiro is basically Bloodborne except faster and more aggressive
Yes.
and more parrying,
And you can jump and swim.
and you can jump and swim. That's right.
So it sounds like I'm gonna have a hard time with this. I'm also not a parry person. I didn't play Bloodborne like that at all. I played through it multiple times, but I never did that.
Ditto. But I'm gonna tell you this: When I played Bloodborne and Dark Souls, when I was trying to use whatever their equivalent of parrying was, I always felt like I did it too soon because I was doing it reactionary in terms of the animation that I saw. And especially in Dark Souls 1 and 2, like I was always faster than what was necessary.
I swear this never happened.
Right.
It's hard.
But for Sekiro, like it's fast enough to where like if you were just really on point and Twitch reacting, you'll probably get it.
Like Parappa the Rapper.
Yes,
Gotcha.
of course.
So what's it like to have such lightning fast reflexes?
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It feels pretty good.
But it does move.
Now, like the way this game works, you can completely shut bosses down where they can't do anything, and it's like you're the boss. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. That's what it's like. And it's
Yeah,
really
and
good.
except for a couple bosses that are more set piece bosses, but even though they teach you the mechanics to, like, here's what you're probably supposed to do in this case, even though it's not like a typical 1v1, you can parry, or dodge this type of attack. Like, it's pretty consistent. You can almost always parry.
Even things you don't think you should be able to, like huge things.
Yeah, like huge things. Like, if it doesn't give you this one clear tell that it teaches you, you can parry it.
Yeah, I'll put a big kanji on the screen.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't have that, you can probably parry it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the very long spear on the horse.
Is this going to
Yeah.
be spoiler free or?
Yeah.
It'll be spoiler free.
Okay.
For sure. Where would you say that you would rate it among the Souls games as far as your favorites?
Whew.
Let's imagine that you beat it like right now. And so it has the ending, I would say, is reasonably satisfying, and it makes more sense than a Souls ending.
Yeah,
Wow.
because the game in and of itself is more explicit in terms of its story.
Oh, I should say that I got the best ending the first time blind, and I'm going for the bad ending right now. I just finished it.
Okay.
So that's what I've got.
How many endings are there?
I would say that's spoilery.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's at least 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different in its tone and how the story plays out. Because, like, in all the other games, it's really... You got to get in there and read all the item descriptions and stuff to really kind of figure out what is happening in this world. And there is a lot of that in this game, but you get more direct exposition and direction from the NPCs that you encounter in this game. So, oh, gosh, that's really hard to rate it. I think I would put... So Bloodborne is my favorite of the quote-unquote Soulsborne, right? And that, I think a lot of that has to do with the Lovecraftian influences in Bloodborne, and that it was a lot faster Twitch reaction type combat I could get to, even though it was really it was one of the more difficult ones I've played. But I think I would put it up there as either second or third
Okay.
in terms of all of them.
That's pretty good.
I really do dig, Japanese, traditional kind of Japanese influences. There's a lot of Buddhism and lots of well thought out stuff that goes into it. They were very historically accurate, I think, in
They had
their
had
visual
So
influences.
did that stuff kind of
Did that stuff actually happen
What are you
in
talking
feudal
about?
Japan?
Yes,
The
it's a
robot the robot arm
It's a documentary.
and the
I meant like the Buddha, like all the stuff they have on Buddhism and all
Cultural-
its influences. The prayer knots and all that kind of stuff. So
This
it's-
takes place during the Sengoku area period in Japan. So I did do a little bit of Wikipedia study, and it made my experience more enjoyable because I could recognize what things were.
Yeah, like that one, like you posted, is it prayer knots, the weaving of the ropes?
Yes.
Whatever it is.
That's what
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, there's that one time where you get transported from a place to another place by a thing.
And you understand what it is.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay. If I hadn't known that, I would have been like,
That's random.
WTF, okay.
Yeah.
A little child designed this.
Yes. It's yeah. As far as I am concerned, as far as my evaluation of the game objectively, like where do I rank it among all the games? I would rank it at the bottom, just above Dark Souls 2. Now, I still like it a lot, and that evaluation is different from saying, Daniel, if you got to play one of them right now, which one would you choose to play? I think I would choose to play it second.
after
After
Bloodborne.
Dark Souls. After Bloodborne, yeah. So it would be Bloodborne, Sekiro, Dark Souls 3.
I think it feels more.
Or maybe first, because
This
it is
one-
really cool to get better at it. 'Cause
Yes.
You feel like...
That's what I'm saying.
Because when you get better at it, you feel like you don't need any stats.
Yeah.
Like you can just wreck everything.
Yeah.
What should we do with the fact that a no-hit run has already been accomplished with no upgrading?
Oh, that's a great point, because this one is heavily skill dependent. Like if you are good at it, there's not a lot of RNG that can mess you up.
Yeah.
So
There's no weird mechanics in the game
Yeah.
that they cheat, that feels like it's cheating against you and what they teach you.
and because it's so stealth based during the non-boss gameplay, you can skip through all the mobs.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about getting hit by them most of the time
Yeah.
if you know the paths to take. And you're very strong compared to normal mobs.
Yeah.
There's also been a 33-minute speed
Speedrun, yeah.
already.
Yeah, because I mean, there's tools you can get that make certain encounters easier if you're not good with really learning the movesets and parrying, and you can use those specific tools to make the fights easier.
But you don't have to.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Like, you can totally, if you're just good with the reaction time and learning movesets, go for it. There's no boss that has any kind of weird cheese mechanic. I will say there are some bosses that have a mechanic. They do teach you, but it has a status buildup that you have to have a specific item for to really counter. And even if you learn to parry their attacks, that status will still build up. So that's probably the one exception, I would say.
Where you need items.
And they're optional, but they're optional.
Yep.
But they're not. So
The storytelling. So I didn't. This is probably a combination of things for me. I prefer Western fantasy. I want knights and armor and stuff in general. So that already hurts Sekiro for me. But also, I feel like it didn't have as much mystery and wonder in the story.
yes, that's true.
Agreed.
It was more grounded and historical, which I respect that and I enjoy it. Like all you have to do is pay attention to the cutscenes and the dialogue, and you'll know what's going on. It was shocking to me, where I was just like, "Oh, so I know exactly what I have to do now and why." But
Weird.
yeah, it is very, very strange. But that said, there is a lot of interesting narrative turns and some mystery and wonder, but just not as much, I don't think, as like Dark Souls 1.
Well, it's not
and
as cryptic.
3. No, it's not as cryptic.
it's just there.
Yeah, it's all very explicit.
For me, it's last. It's dead last behind Dark Souls 2
Well,
right now.
Wow.
That could change.
You
but
haven't had your breakthrough yet.
It's dead last.
You haven't incorporated the sutras.
It is
okay?
everything that's wrong in the world.
You have to,
Wait, the sutra?
You have my attention.
you have to
I know
learn.
it's that kind of game.
You have to
Like Parappa and
understand
Rappa.
the
Like Leisure Suit Larry.
I know.
Hesitation.
Tap
Hesitation is
X.
defeat.
Tap X faster.
I know. I'm hoping that I
That was too
can
fast.
You never win
actually
in that game.
get used to the mechanics and really start to enjoy it, but it's very frustrating.
So no joke, Stacy and dear listener, I went to a mid-game boss early and just grinded. I mean, just ground my head into the ground
Sure, it
Sure.
works. Thank you, English.
for over 100 attempts, probably, maybe more, and just getting destroyed and frustrated, and eventually accepting death. And then it clicked, and the rest of the game was not a big deal. It was not hard. I developed the skills that were necessary, and once you come to that point, I think it's going to change for you, Stacy.
I'm sure it will. But that's how the Soul series was. I picked up Dark Souls about 3 years ago, played it for 2 months, said, this is awful. I'm never touching it again. And I didn't until I got the and then I did Demon Souls, beat that. Then I did Bloodborne because y'all said that's the next one I should do. And that taught me how to play the Souls games. Then I did Dark Souls Remastered, and then 2, and then 3. And then after I beat each one, I went back and started a new game to platinum it. But that's exactly what happened with the Soul series. But it took 3 years for it to happen.
Yeah.
There ain't no telling with this one.
I believe in you.
I think this podcast is a cautionary tale,
What do you mean?
a warning.
Well, I know
Of
what
could
cautionary
happen.
tale means.
Of what could happen. Your life could be consumed by a Souls game.
Oh, I mean,
Oh, shoot.
that's not a bad thing. That's what you want. That's the desired end game. I enjoy it. I didn't think I would do a new game plus, but then I realized I wanted to get all the stuff in the game. So that tells you that it grew on me more and more, even after the end boss. I enjoyed it. it's basically a Souls game. It's not that different other than incentivizing aggression. You still do all the same stuff, just in different ways. So that's not a big deal. If you like Souls games, you'll like it. If you don't like Souls games, you won't like it.
If you like Souls game, you may not like it.
Just gotta,
At first.
just gotta go to Dr. Get Good.
So, what do you think about? There's a lot of hubbub on Reddit. I think it was some people were saying this game should have, and I think these people are saying it were people who have not played many From games, if any at all. This game should have an easy mode.
I think they're just trying to get clicks.
Could be. Yeah.
But it does have an easy mode.
It does. You
start off in easy mode.
Exactly. And in New Game Plus, there's an even harder mode. So you know that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's an option to make it even harder. I mean, New Game Plus is already harder.
Right.
Yeah, but there's in the
that
game in general, there's a thing
It's
you
the
can
same
do.
mechanic.
But there's
It's
an
the same-
additional thing, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
Other than the
Yes,
normal thing?
Other than the normal thing.
Really?
That only happens after. I think it only happens after New Game Plus.
You can tell me later because I'm not gonna do New Game Plus.
And what it does is normally when you hold down the block button, it's much more forgiving than the Souls series, where every time you
Right.
block, you lose stamina.
Yeah.
You kind of do, and that it builds up a posture
Yeah.
meter. But even when that breaks, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So in this, you don't take any damage to your health when you block something,
Mm-hmm.
but don't parry it. And this one, if you do this
You take
extra
damage.
hard mode, you take chip damage.
Oh, okay.
So you have to perfect parry things,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and it makes enemies harder.
Yeah.
But it's a mechanic you have to activate.
Yes.
Okay.
You choose it.
Just like in the
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
game.
yeah. So
Bump
you
that,
already are
man.
playing on easy mode.
Is it worth this? Is it worth the $60?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just asking. I haven't paid full price
So
for
far, no.
Yeah, I got over 60 hours so far in it, so $1 an hour, that's
Okay.
good money.
I mean, hearing you guys talk about it, sounds cool.
It is super cool.
It is very cool.
So,
And I like the... Go
Why
ahead,
did they name it with some like edgelord like shadows die twice?
I think they didn't think people would be able to pronounce Sekiro or say it like, y'all got that Shikana?
Shikana?
yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it referred
Shekinah
to.
glory.
I've seen it just referred to as shadows die.
The
twice
light
a
don't
lot.
die.
Yeah. I think they just gave it an English subtitle for that reason.
So,
So,
Yeah, it's probably one word.
so
Probably
so
one
do,
word that they don't have that the English doesn't have. a word
Kami?
for.
do you see yourself playing it anymore? I mean, really?
No. After I get all the endings, no. Because there's no reason, there's no multiplayer, so you can't go pwn noobs.
Yeah,
Or, like,
the replayability compared to all the other Souls games is very minimal.
So why do you think there is not multiplayer? Does it just not work with the mechanics that they have?
I'm sure it was easier to make.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, a lot easier to make. Yeah,
Cheaper.
I can
They don't have to
imagine-
pay for servers. They don't have to have people complaining about lag and
I can,
matchmaking.
because I can imagine that such a dependency upon timing and
Oh my-
parrying
yes.
Jeez.
with lag.
That would be
and,
tough.
And
That'd
how
be
you have to
tough.
have maybe whether it's like local.
Yeah, what about local multiplayer?
or if it's not local multiplayer, but whether it's like centralized servers or if it's like more localized type netcode,
Yeah.
that would be a nightmare.
It would be a nightmare.
I
It
can't
would not be
imagine.
fun. It's so fast.
Would local multiplayer be fun? Like
Yeah.
If there's local multiplayer, I
like
think
Shinobi?
yeah.
it would be
Like,
fun
You ever
to
play
duel.
Shinobi
Yeah.
on the PlayStation?
I never did. I heard about it though.
That could be pretty dope if they did no multiplayer. It would just be like a parry fest. I can't imagine like who has the best reflexes kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. But I think it does make you feel the most awesome out of all the Souls games when you do a good job and you
Yep.
defeat a boss, because like they have everything on their side. Because one hit, just like a normal hit, not even a special attack, will like half shot you.
Yeah.
So you've got to be on your toes. That's crazy.
Yeah, because there's some encounters where I was just like, well, all right, here we go. I'm just going to try this. I'm just going to feel it out. I'll do my best, but I know I'm just going to die a few times, then I'll learn it and I'll do it because that's how Souls
Yeah.
games work. And then I one-shot it just because I figured out the timing. I was like, oh, dang, sweet. That felt great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's demoralizing because I'm on the last boss and I spent an hour on it and I was just like, I couldn't even get past phase 1 of phase X. And I was like, dang it.
But I would say that there are some. If you do start playing it, there are a couple of essential things that you need to acquire very quickly.
Yeah, you have to explore and make sure you get all the junk. Or
Well,
else you're gonna have a
it's not
bad
the
time.
items. It's the skills. There's a couple.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is one you said that you should grind for.
Yep.
I did, and it's helped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there's a few things that you got to have them, man.
And I haven't seen that many memes. There have been some memes. Unfortunately, some of the memes are spoilers. Almost all of them are about bosses and boss dialogue. You know, the horse guy
Yep.
Yeah.
When he comes in, he like, bursts into the arena and says, "My name is Gyobu Masataka Niwa." Blah blah blah. That's become a meme.
I have not seen any of this.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to that because I was just really
Fighting.
scared.
Yeah, yeah.
And the music I don't think the music's as good as any of the other games. I don't remember a single piece from it.
It's not bad, but it's not.
And they've got
Yeah.
ambient music.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Stop it. I don't want ambient music in my Souls games. Just I don't want to do the meme.
So wait.
Just stop it. Stop it.
There we go. I did it.
Okay, so the most important question: can I be a magic user in this game?
Nope.
Technically, yes.
No.
Technically, yes. Well, no. Wait.
Don't delude.
Can I avoid
Don't delude
melee
None,
combat?
none of the quote.
Can I be a ranged combatant?
None of the quote unquote.
No.
No.
Can I be an
cannot.
archer?
No.
No.
If you could
No.
archery in this game, it would be a cakewalk.
Yeah. No. You cannot.
You
There's
can't
no-
be. You've got to melee.
You can take some people down with throwing stars, but those are limited use.
Yeah. No bosses.
Yeah, you can't.
The
Yeah.
encounters that matter, you cannot do ranged.
right.
It wants you to be good at sword play
Yep.
Sounds awful.
and parrying.
Therefore, you will do it.
Yeah, I guess technically all your ninja tools are mechanical.
Yeah. They're situational to make some encounters easy or outside of bosses to just there's some tools that are just like, okay, outside of bosses, this will just help you get through some areas.
Is there any stealth? Like, is there?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Plenty.
I didn't really.
Yeah, it's
use
not
it.
very complicated, but it's heavily because the concept is you are shinobi. Like, you are supposed to be in stealth and approach things stealthily and assassinate dudes, and so there are some encounters where you're fighting a mini boss, right? And they're setting up a ton of ads around this mini boss, and you can stealthily dispatch all these ads before you fight the mini boss. You don't have to, but you're gonna want to, and so they have that mechanic in there
Yeah.
to be like, okay, yeah,
Oh, and on most mini bosses, they'll have 2 health bars, and you can get rid of one of their health bars by
stealth.
sneak attacking.
Yeah.
Has that become a meme?
yeah,
The 2 health bars?
No.
Oh,
it should be.
it should be.
So if you want it to be easy, you should spend a little extra time and clear the ads, and then sneak attack the boss, and then fight him once.
So on some of those bosses, well, I should say on some of the most of the mini bosses, right? There's probably a way that you can get a free, what they call a death blow, a sneak attack, because they have quote unquote 2 health bars, right? It's really all about building up the posture so you can get the death blow, as opposed to just attacking them and whittling down a percentage of health. But most mini bosses, if you're crafty, you can figure out the way to get that free death blow, and so you only really have to deal with the 1 health bar.
And they give you
But-
plenty like the second mini boss you come to, they give you like plenty of opportunity to sneak around. And matter of fact, the second one, there's nobody around him.
Yeah, you can figure it out. Yeah, there's ways you can do it, but the bosses, like the real bosses, you don't get that.
Actually, on a couple of them you can, but it's tricky.
Yeah, maybe. We can talk about it later, but most of them, just assume you can't. And so that's when the game's kind of telling you, you got to figure this out. You got to learn how to do the timing and the posturing and when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. Yeah.
But they're only going to give you 1 because you can't go away and wait.
You can't go away
For
and
him
then
to
just do it
reset
again.
and go back, because when you do, there'll be 2 health bars back.
Can you learn about the bosses like through lore?
To some degree, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that kind of clues you in as to like how you need to approach
But
the
most
fight.
of the time, it's
Oh,
not.
no. Most of the time, it's not before the fight you find out. Sometimes,
It's after.
I don't care about him. He dead.
Sometimes I think it's more for some of the mini bosses and some of the bosses you might get a little. There are mechanics in the game that give you hints of you might want to try this or you might want to use this shinobi tool. That might make it easier.
The stealth mechanics are not anything special or groundbreaking. You've seen them all before, like ledge kills, sneaking along like behind people, coming from above.
If you play Batman Arkham games, it's
Is
very
it
similar.
stealth based? Like, I mean, or is it mainly combat?
It lets you do stealth, but like this time in New Game Plus, I started to try to do more of the stealth kills. Like I didn't even, so you can do a thing where you press yourself up against a wall, and then when somebody comes around, you can instantly kill them.
Oh shoot! I have not done that once.
Same thing on the ledges. If somebody's above you on a ledge, you can reach up and instant kill them.
I have not done that.
I've done
So
that.
what you do is you press yourself up against the wall, then you get the ceramic shard item and target them.
Yeah, so you draw them towards
And
you.
then that's it.
Yeah.
GG. But
That's
when I
why
played,
that's why I find so many of them when I'm
Yeah.
always like, I need to collect every item like Dark Souls. 50% of these are ceramic shards.
they're actually really useful if you want to be stealthy. But when I
Yeah.
played a new game, I didn't bother with it. I just went ham.
You just
And-
ran at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fine. You can do it that
Do
way.
you retain all of the skills and stuff you unlocked?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I can see I can really run through it then.
Oh, that
yeah.
could be really
Yeah.
fun then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Do
new
the
game
NG
Plus
Plus.
was really fun because
Yeah.
you know everything and you're really good now.
Yeah.
So all the guys that gave you trouble before, it's just like you're spitting on their corpses, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Nice.
It's the best thing in the world. So let's talk briefly, and then we can conclude about ways that we would convert or take lessons from Sekiro into tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, I'm curious. So, what mechanics did you feel were unique or were groundbreaking, if any?
It's the posture thing. So you don't have
Yeah.
to deplete HP. You can build up basically posture damage.
It's a meta HP.
Yeah, so every time they block you or you parry one of their attacks, it builds up like effectively posture damage. And then when you max it out, then you can insta-kill them no matter how much health they have left. So you could, and
It's
essentially...
poise.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
imagine you have HP,
Uh-huh.
but then you also have this separate
HP pool.
thing called HP pool called death blows. And it's basically almost always 2. And you need to get them down to 0. So sometimes you can get that by starting the attack, the encounter with a sneak attack. Otherwise, it's just do proper parrying or whatever, or attacking consecutively to build that meter up until it's maxed, so you can do the death blow, what to call it.
And it's built up by what again?
Parrying
Deflection.
them,
Yep.
or just attacking them and them having to block you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Okay,
it's like
them
they're
having to block
being
you
pressured
or
too much, and then they freak out, and then you.
It's
you
a
kill
poise
them.
meter, is all it is.
Yeah, it's
a
poise,
Dark
yeah.
Souls poise meter, is all it is. So you're trying to break their poise, and when you break their poise, you can do a death blow, and it's just you just swing around. It's all
Except also it's built up when you parry them.
Yep.
Yep.
when you parry or when
Attacking
you
and
attack.
parrying. Yeah, so it's like attacking is almost, it builds it up a little bit, but it's almost like it sustains the large amount of posture damage that you've done through parrying.
Yeah, and as soon if there's a time when you're not attacking them, then their posture damage heals.
Yep.
So you have to keep on them.
and yours does too. And the one of the I think the cool mechanics is that's different from the Souls game is your stamina would not regen if you had a shield up above you.
Yes.
This is the opposite. If you're blocking with your sword, your poise meter goes down, or your posture meter goes down faster.
So it's super cool because it makes it look like a Kurosawa movie because you're circling around the guy with your katana up.
Yeah.
And that's advantageous to you mechanically, is to have that blocking
That's right,
thing
yeah.
out there.
You got me.
Yeah.
You said Kurosawa. You got
And
me.
honestly, I never even thought about that.
I still can't keep it in my head.
Until I was just I just happened to read something, like I was slamming my head against the wall on some boss, and I was just reading on people's approaches to it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, don't forget to do this because it reduces your posture damage." I was like, "Wait, it does?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, okay."
It's really, the loading
Yeah.
screens have tips on them, but the loading times are really good.
Yeah.
So I frequently can't read the tips
Yeah.
before it loads.
And you've got an SSD in
And I
there.
got it on
SSD
there
boys,
faster. Yeah.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
that's how I found out about that, is I just read
Yeah.
on the loading screen.
Yeah.
So and I need to play it in black and white. I need to. So it's
Is that
like
an
a
option? I mean, I know you can just turn color down, but
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Oh, okay.
On my monitor, just to make it black and white mode, because that's gonna look so aesthetic. It's gonna be great.
Colorblind boy.
There's some good color contrast in that, so that would probably look really.
let me
really
pose this question. With my limited interactions with any of the Souls games, would I be better off playing this first?
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Do you
completely.
think, do you
Have
think
you
it would
played-
translate better me playing this going to Souls than Souls going to playing this?
it's Souls is gonna seem really slow after this.
Huh.
Yeah, is this harder?
which
than
may make it
Bloodborne?
harder. I
It's
don't know.
different. It's
Okay.
just both games are so different.
I felt like it was way harder. The learning curve is way harder. That's what I think. But after I had my breakthrough, I
Yeah.
think it's easier than Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. That's what I think.
Yeah, I had some of the patrons were asking while we're recording this, and so I was like, "That's hard." Like I feel like I might have beat my head against the wall more with Bloodborne, ultimately.
See, Bloodborne was the easiest one for me.
Other than the last boss right now, like emotionally, I feel like right now I feel like I just don't want to bother with this. I'm
You're
fine with
broken.
I'm fine with not beating this game, and maybe that's because I've played all the other Souls games.
You're just like you are at the start of the game. I hear there's a broken and a shinobi who's lost his will to live down there in the well.
yeah. And maybe it's because I've done the Souls experience. I've played all the other ones. I'm fine with not beating the last boss on this one and experiencing what it had to give me. But there is that little bit of in the back of my mind. I'm like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Get good. You just gotta get good and do it.
Yeah.
But
so I was gonna say, if you were to implement this in RPGs, in tabletop RPGs. Essentially, the posture mechanism is a risk-reward thing. You're risking things by keeping that pressure and staying close to the injury point of the boss.
Yeah.
And having to respond quickly because you're right up in their grill. And the reward is, of course, you can end the fight more quickly. So if you were to do that in like a tabletop RPG, I think you'd want something quick where you're building up some kind of damage, but you can't retreat or heal or maybe your defense is lowered or something like that. While you keep that up, so you're risking harm to yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see if we could come up with a system.
Because you want it to be
that
quick, because
mimics
the fights are quick here too. But I think it's just got to be, that's the meta mechanic. It's just a risk. What's it called?
Risk reward?
No, there's a term for this. Push your luck. Press your luck. That's what it is.
No way me, stop.
So I think it could be that, or I mean, it could be more complicated things too. It could be you actually could have some kind of meta currency or something that builds up as you're like by a boss, and then yeah, exactly. So you're actually within like, and then you'd have to make the bosses like very dangerous or something like that. I don't know. But I can imagine something like that.
Maybe we should put out a little Jiji no Ri Sekiro hack. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Did you guys both buy it digitally?
Yes.
I bought it on PC. So.
Yep, Steam.
So Stacy's the only one I can get it from.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And you really need this game at 60 FPS, my brood. My brood.
So,
my bro.
Yeah.
My dude.
oh, wow, I'm one of your brood.
My broodskis.
I have moved up.
On the PS4 Pro, it gets up to like 40
I'll
or
buy it on-
55.
If I buy it, I'll buy it on PC.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Because
Does it look good? Like, does it look good?
it looks real good.
Yeah, it looks
it's very
good.
pretty. They actually used anti-aliasing this time.
Because I know this
That's funny.
the Souls games aren't known for being like particularly like beautiful outside of like because of how dark they are.
I think they're beautiful.
They're pretty,
games.
but they're not graphical powerhouses, but they look pretty nice.
Yeah,
No, that wasn't a slam on them. I'm just saying.
I understand.
Yeah.
the aesthetic is brighter, more vibrant,
And you're
compared
you're
to
outside
those.
more.
So is it like
Yeah.
Zelda meets Souls?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, literally, there are some areas and levels that are just completely different from anything you get in any Souls game in terms of its color palette.
And they're disorientingly large and vertical.
Yes.
When you first enter, that whole first Ashina outskirts area, it completely messes up your mind, and you have no idea where anything is at first until you learn the terrain. And
I
a lot of
love the vertical aspect.
Oh
of this
yeah,
game.
being able
That
to
is so
grapple
great.
and run away, basically.
Yeah.
Like that's different from any other Souls game. It's
And you
like-
can really have fun with mobs by using the whistle and the pottery shards and all that stuff.
and
You
the
can-
fan. I mean, I tested the fan like once.
Oh, I did the fan on the monk. Have you done the fan on the monks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No spoilers. But
Yeah.
do the fan on the monks.
Yeah. It's crazy.
yeah,
There's
it's
so
good.
many things you can do that you just might never do that you don't have to do unless if you're just really good at combat, and timing and stuff. But they give you lots of options if you want to.
But the narrative is not as strong as other Souls games. Like, even in the Souls games that are cryptic, there's a lot of callbacks and a lot of foreshadowing, and there's some of that in this, but I feel like... And also the characters aren't as larger than life.
Yeah.
Most of the characters are just kind of throwaway. Like, you'll hear about them once, and then that's it. The few characters that you do interact with, I did like I liked your shrine maiden, like Emma.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
She was cool. And this is not a spoiler, but there's a mechanic where you can give sake to the NPCs to get unique dialogue from them. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed that. Like, letting the dialogue play out and the animations play out. It was exactly what you need, because you need a break and to chill out after the huge adrenaline rushes of everything else.
You don't get any mechanical benefit from it.
No, it's just purely narrative.
It's just
That's beautiful.
If you want to learn a little bit of story, something about this character to the overall world, there you go. Give them some sake and just talk while you're drinking.
Yeah,
You can add an extra layer of difficulty by going shot for shot.
So I mean, this sounds like though it's a very different experience
It
than the
is.
previous
Yeah.
Souls games.
It is.
It's not gonna have like
there are
It is, dude.
mechanically
it's not gonna have
there,
like
are,
the
there are
staying
things
power.
where you're like,
it's not gonna have
okay,
like the build complexity.
No.
It's not gonna have like
No,
all
no.
these little things to fiddle with for like hundreds of hours.
But you have
Nope.
It's something you enjoy, and then
You're done.
you're done, and it's
It
fine.
has a skill tree, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. There's like two things that are a few things that are important, but you can get all those in the first 20 hours, or way less than that actually. The first 10 hours.
So could I binge it in 24 hours?
No, unless you're awesome.
Yeah.
I feel pretty awesome.
You can get through
let
the
us know
game.
how it goes.
You can get through the game really quickly if you're good.
Tilde key.
Because
No clipping.
Rappa the Rappa.
Straight to the end.
Because my
Punch.
my new game plus was very quick.
Kick.
It was very quick, and it'd be even quicker on new game because it'd be easier if you knew what you're doing. But so it's a smaller game in that way, but I think it might have taken me longer to beat than the Souls games did.
So I might try to binge it on Sunday. Actually, I was kind of thinking about that.
That would be a good choice.
Well, yeah, I'd like to hear after playing all day Sunday how you.
Don't worry, I'll broadcast it all day from PS whatever.
If you're doing that, I'll be tuning in, Brocephus.
Yeah.
That'll be a
I'll
lot of
probably
fun.
watch that.
Anyway, do we have any other comments, or is that going to be it? And maybe look for some kind of GG no rehack on this thing.
Yeah, I'm really interested in hearing more about that mechanic and developing a hack. I love fights being shorter, and
Yep.
if there's some kind of way to bake that in without just decreasing people's HP, like tactically in some kind of way, I'm always encouraged by that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. GG no re. Don't die too much. Samurai. No.
Only twice.
A shinobi knows the difference between honor and victory. Hesitation is defeat. GG no re.